Ding dong. Hello? I hope that walked. Did it walk? Hello? Audio check.
Ding dong.
Oh.
Hello?
Oh god, we got like a 30-second delay. But anyway, we are good. Okay, there we go. Today, we had a minor technical difficulties, set us back by about 5-6 minutes. Due to some sort of stream key duplication bug. Anyway, I'm gonna be playing Euro Truck Simulator 2 and talking about 90's cartoons. So let me just do this. Do a little bit of that, and a little bit of this, and a little of that. And here we go. Whoop. Ooh. Loud on that. Okay. Here. Whoop. Whoop. And let's see. We are carrying coconut milk from somewhere to somewhere. Check the map. We're going down here from, I believe... I don't think that's Germany. I think that's actually Poland. We're taking coconut milk from Poland. Yeah, that's Warsaw, so this is Poland. Into... I believe that's Finland. Uppsala, Finland, or something. I cannot pronounce that. Even though I am of Dutch descent, I have no clue how to say any of that. I'm too American. But anyway, I want to talk about some 90's cartoons. I was thinking along the lines of a little bit of everything from Nickelodeon to, let's see, Cartoon Network. Oh no! Keyboard cut out, keyboard slight function malfunction. Okay, if we can just, like, get this up to speed here. Yeah, I have a whole list of cartoons I want to discuss. Window wipers need to be off. I am playing with my keyboard, which is very unusual to me because I ran out of USB slots. Can I set a cruise control yet? Okay, let's just set cruise control. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about 90's cartoons. Things I grew up with. I was thinking Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney, though I wasn't much of a Disney kid. Though, you know, I didn't have satellite, which was, some of them were on. There's even some cartoons back on MTV and Fox back in the day that most people probably don't even remember. But starting out with PBS, I think we all remember watching Arthur on PBS about the little, what was the anteater, I believe. Or, no, an aardvark. Aardvark? Arthur the aardvark? But, yeah, that was one thing I used to watch with, the, theme song. How did it go? I can't think of the theme song. It was on the tip of my tongue a minute ago, and I missed my exit. We are dawning. Wee! We're dead. Wee! I had to try that at least once. I didn't know what my limitations were. Okay. Yes. Anyway, I was gonna talk about Arthur on PBS and how his little sister's an absolute pain in the butt. Always telling on him. That was something I used to watch as a child. Some honorable mentions from PBS would be Barney the Dinosaur, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Sesame Street, The Joys of Painting with Bob Ross. Of course, because every child watched Mr. Rogers and then fell asleep to Bob Ross. Though those aren't really cartoons. But that kind of moves into my next thing, being that was kind of a little bit poor growing up. Next thing would be Nickelodeon. Was my like 4 to 7 years old watching cartoons. We need to drop that down a little. We're gonna run it. And I remember watching Rugrats. Whoopee! Watching Rugrats growing up. And I think everyone remembers watching Rugrats. But there's also Doug. Something people don't remember about Doug was good old Mr. Dink. Which is funny because the Dinks actually kind of show up in their own little way in Fairly Odd Parents, which I don't have on the list, I forgot about. Fairly Odd Parents had the Dinkelbogs. It was really weird. The Dinkelbogs was like a strange version of like Mr. Dink. Which Dink, it ain't a bad word. It's actually an abbreviation for double income and no kids. And that's why Mr. Dinkelbog and Doug always had the latest and greatest contraptions. So it's really funny. He was always telling Doug, check out my latest contraption. Super expensive. But that was like a really weird show. There's like a whole inside joke between me and my friend on it. Every time me and my friend meet up, we have to go, it's like, hey Doug, you going to the dance later? I'm like, I don't know, Skeeter. I don't know how to dance. It's like, oh, that's easy, Doug. I'll show you. First you just move your feet like you're in an earthquake, and you're shaking your hands like you don't care, and then you spin it in an overdrive. I'm like, help! My foot, it's stuck in my back pocket. Like, can you pull it out? No, it's the other way. See you at the dance, Doug. Okay. Me and my friend always has to reenact that every time we see each other. One of those things. It's a little inside joke. You know what I'm saying? But moving on to the Rugrats, I don't know if anyone ever remembers the shows, the movies of the Rugrats. I really miss that. The second movie was so sad, Chucky didn't have a mom. Then they tried playing it off different. In the original Rugrats TV show, Chucky's father, it was implied that he was in a divorce because all the furniture was moved out of the house. And it was leaving, like, the clean spots that were untouched for, like, years. So... And then they played it off going, no. He didn't divorce, she died. but knowing the backstory of the creators and how the creators did it, I think the creators didn't want to touch on the topic of divorce because the two lead creators of the show actually got a divorce in the middle of, like, I think it was like the 10th or 11th season or something. Oh, come on, bro. Move it. Move it. Oh, now we up to 50. Anyway. Get this baby up to speed. But I had a lot more to talk about. Like Hey Arnold. Good old Grandpa and Hey Arnold. Grandpa, you're plenty smart. You got plenty of brain cells left. No, short man, not since Woodstock. Everyone loved that room of Hey Arnold. He had a huge skylight. There we go. Now we're going. I wonder how many people remember the Angry Beavers with Dag and Norbert. Boy, that was a hoot. And if you catch my drift there, I'm talking about good old Rocco. Going into Rocco's modern life with Mr. and Mrs. Bighead. Rocco was a 20-something, moved from Australia to America, had his dog Spunky, worked at a comic book store, selling really, really big man comics. Really, really big man was really, really big, with his nipples of the future. People's probably thinking I'm making shit up. But no, really, really big man. And that time Rocco was caught by Mrs. Bighead working as a phone sex operator, with the memo behind his phone saying, be courteous, be hot, be something, sexy or something. Anyway, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. Rocco? Mrs. Bighead? And then they both hung up. That was a really interesting show. That really let you look into the minds of the creator. There were so many weird little skits. They weren't allowed to say hell on TV back then, so it was always heck. Ever died choking on chicken bone, what the heck. I wonder how many people actually remember Invader Zim nowadays. That was never really got to see the finale to Invader Zim because I think they took it off Nickelodeon before they ever finished it, because I mean, when you turn a boy to bologna and people start eating him, I think the censors didn't appreciate that much. But yet, good old SpongeBob lasted for damn near 25 years at this point. I don't know if Avatar: The Last Airbender was a 90's cartoon, but it was definitely part of my childhood. Ooh, here we go. And ooh. No. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Yeah, I could have took that a little slower. Anyway, an honorable mention for Nickelodeon category is As Told by Ginger. I don't know if people ever remember that, but it was like a redheaded girl, and she had like a weird brother. Yeah, that was a weird show. And I think there's another show like that. They're trying to compete with that weird lineup of, hell, what was it? It was some weird lineup. I think it had, some Mexican guy had a family show. I don't know. It was so weird. And then that was ran beside some other show called Degrassi, which was about teenagers. Nickelodeon got weird going into the 2000s. But going on to Disney, which I really wasn't much of a Disney kid, so I don't really know much about Disney. What I do recall about Disney was Recess. There's T.J. Detweiler, Penelope was a smart one. Smart and tall girl with glasses. Who was the hefty kid? There's a big boy. I want to say his name is Hector, but it ain't. It was something else. Get this thing shift into the correct gear. There we go. Let's get through this roundabout. I can't remember what the other kids' names were. I know there was the Ashleys. The four Ashleys. What was funny was in my school years, there's the four Haleys, and it was basically the exact same thing. But no, I never really watched much Disney. I don't remember if Totally Spies was a Disney show or not, but I know Kim Possible was. That was, I think, a lot of people's sexual awakening was Kim Possible and Totally Spies, because they had like, it was, you know, it was spies with thighs. So that was a really weird thing that I think Totally Spies was actually supposed to be Charlie's Angels, but instead of Charlie they had what was his name? I can't remember the guy's name. Whoop, woo. Don't want to hit that. I wonder what the guy's name was in Totally Spies. It was something. Jerry. Oh dear God, it was Jerry. I think it was Disney XD had the Weekenders, and no one ever remembers the Weekenders, and that kind of irritates me a bit. The Weekenders was about a group of kids in middle school, and they'd go hang out on the weekend, and I like that one too. That was a good show. I can't see what I'm doing. The camera's in my way. Embark. The Weekenders was about a group of kids. It would start out at the beginning of the week, Monday. They're like, "Hey man, you want to go hang out at the pizza place and then go to the arcade and do this and do that?" And they're like, "No man, I gotta babysit." And like, "Oh, that's terrible." It was just like how will we all spend the weekend together as a group if someone's got a thing? And then by the end of the episode, they resolved it, and it's all cool and chill. And looking back, that was I don't know. It was almost like Rocket Power, but without like all the skateboards. I wonder how many people remember that one. That was Rocket Power. Tito. Tito from Rocket Power had the same voice actor as Uncle Iroh in Avatar: The Last Airbender. His name was Mako. So, imagine Uncle Iroh going old Hawaiian proverb, and then say something ridiculous and off the walls that may or may not have been a Hawaiian proverb. But anyway, getting back on the topic of Disney shows. There was Braceface, which I think even people who've never seen the show probably knows about the legendary episode where she tried to improve herself physically. And then the door opened and the balloons exploded or something weird. That was a messed up episode that everyone's gonna remember forever. Oh no. And final topic of Disney is those sick days when you're stuck at home sick. I wonder if anyone would ever recall Roly Poly Oly because he's so small and short and round. Come on, pick up the speed, picking up speed. Come on, bro. Come on. I don't know how far we are. I've crashed. That crash set me back. And not to mention, I can't make tones on a keyboard. I usually play with a controller, but I ran out of USB ports. Whatever. As my family got better off, we eventually got satellite. Which is... We got Disney and Nickelodeon through cable. And then we upgraded the satellite and I could finally watch Cartoon Network because we didn't have that on the local cable package. But all the cool kids did. And it was like not until I was like a teen, everyone had to been, it's like, oh, you have Cartoon Network, you must be rich. And it's like even the poor kid had Cartoon Network because his dad, that's all he spent money on, and it was weird. And my fam, and so I had like no excuse because even the poor kids had Cartoon Network, and you get ostracized for it. It was weird, but it's like everyone's like, "Did you check out Dragon Ball Z?" Oh my god, I just remembered Beyblade was a thing. Hell, Beyblade. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z was the thing, and I've probably only seen like 10 episodes in my whole life. And the first few episodes I ever saw was at like my grandpa's house because he had it came with his cable package, strange enough, but he lived in Kansas City, so. But Johnny Bravo was the thing. I have no words for that. But Dexter's Laboratory was also a thing. And at least that had something of more than, rejection. I just love how the old 90s cartoons had all these strange incidents in them that would never fly past the censors today. Like when Dexter hired a woman to portray Dee Dee so he could think better, because Dee Dee was always running around, and for some reason that got his brain ticking. He realized when she wasn't there causing havoc and being white noise in the background that his brain kind of quit functioning. So he hired some random woman to act as Dee Dee. He put her in a pink dress, had her start running around, and at one point something happened where he's like, no, you gotta go, what does this button do? And then she's like, well, that costs extra. Yesteryears. The Powerpuff Girls. They had Powerpuff Girls in their sleepover. It's like the professor created us by accident. Don't worry, Professor. I was an accident too. Yeah. My friend loved Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. He liked Spurg, which was the bully. Once Billy was possessed, and he was possessed by a poet. And it's like, roses are red, violets are orange. Anyway, Spug's mother is a huge, ugly gorilla. And then she walked in, and she was just beautiful, like drop dead gorgeous. And she ran off crying. Yeah. Raggle fraggle. Will somebody help me? I must get these crazy ramblings out one way or another. It was strange how Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy actually was. Give it that it was actually a two series in one. It was called something like the Billy and Mandy Evil Con Carne Power Hour or something. Something weird. Because they had two different shows they were trying to push. They were trying to push Evil Con Carne, which was a bear that had an evil genius for a brain attached to it, and his wife's stomach attached to it. So the stomach was always hungry, and the brain was always telling his wife's stomach to be quiet. And then they had an evil general running their army on their secret island that was shaped like a skull and also a volcano. And the general's name was General Scar. Don't come out here. But they did a crossover between Grim Adventures Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne. Evil Con Carne cast became secondary characters for Billy and Mandy because it was getting better ratings. Because what's better than two children enslaving the Grim Reaper to do their bidding for all eternity over a hamster? There's that episode that I'm never gonna forget. The episode I'll never forget. General Scar had to go to therapy. Anger management, to be more group therapy, anger management. And there he saw Grim and Mandy. Let's drop this down, see what we can do. Oh god. Don't ram it. Don't just jam it in. There we go. Good. Anyway, Scar went to group therapy with Grim and Mandy, for their anger management class. And they got this weird short dude for a teacher. He had a van, a sweet van. Oh god, I almost rolled it. Sweet van. But oh god, that van. Sweet van, Larry. Yeah, his name was Larry, that's what it was. He was telling him all these methods to deal with your anger. Count to 3. Use non-lethal weapons like a bubble blower gun. Weird things like that was the techniques he taught him. And they walked, and he's like, "Congratulations, you all passed therapy." And like, "I'll go get your diplomas. They're outside of my sweet van." And he goes to his van, and it's got a unicorn and a rainbow airbrushed on the side, like, "Sweet van, Larry." And then all of a sudden, Mayor McChee, a knockoff version of Mayor McCheese, parks next to his van, and he's like, "Whoa, hold on. That hamburger posting parked way too close to my van." And then Mayor McCheese opens his door and dings his van, like, "Whoa, hold on. Move your car over." And Mayor McCheese just starts looking at him. "Listen, just move your dang stinking car over. 1, 2, 3. And he just jumps Mayor McCheese and starts smashing his hamburger head into the sidewalk, and Grim's just like, "Oh dear god, there's gonna be ketchup and special sauce everywhere. Somebody's gotta do something." God. That episode will live with me forever. Going into the honorable mentions of Cartoon Network's lineup. I don't know if Ed, Edd and Eddy started in the 90s. I know it ended in the 2000s. That was a good show. But you know, life finds a way to change things up on you. Can't be kids forever and watch cartoons. You know, as Rolf always said, "Many doors, Ed boy." Which, I guess that's one way of looking at it. That's probably how Samurai Jack should have looked at it. That's probably how the Teen Titans shouldn't have looked at it. And final honorable mention on this little list is Codename Kids Next Door. Oh god, they're wacky inventions. I totally forgot about that show. Whoa. Totally forgot about that show. And now that I got all the main Cartoon Networks out of the way, I want to talk about the Adult Swim lineup on Cartoon Network, because it was technically its own thing. It actually had its own production company. But due to sexual harassment allegations, a lot of those shows that made it popular kind of went under. People started going homeless. I'm sure everyone knew about Frylock's situation. He couldn't afford rent, but then again, the rent in LA. I don't know why people, I mean, $6,000 for a one-bedroom apartment a month in LA. That's something I'm not, I don't know, I don't understand it, man. No! I just don't understand it. I mean, I guess because movie stars live there, obviously prices shoot up, but I mean, how does a McDonald's worker survive there? I can't see it. Anyway, with Adult Swim, there was a lot of interesting shows they used to play. Oh man, I forgot to put Cowboy Bebop on the list. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. We got Venture Brothers C-Lab 2020, was it 1? Space Ghost Coast to Coast, Perfect Hair Forever. One of my personal favorites of the Adult Swim lineup. It was that was a trip. If anyone ever watches this and wonders what is the most out there show you could possibly watch on Adult Swim, it would have been Perfect Hair Forever. It's even more crazy than Rick and Morty, because Rick and Morty's based somewhat in reality with its science. Perfect Hair Forever was just absolute total nonsense, completely based on, like, it was just one massive anime parody. It's like, Uncle Grandfather, I had to come see you and learn about how I can get perfect hair forever. Like the kids at school, they make fun of my hair. They call me the bald kid. Gerald, I shall teach you the unbalding ways, and you shall have perfect hair. But beware, the coiffed one. Who? Coiffure. Who? Coiffure. He is evil. No, excuse me. I got important things to do. Brenda. Like, and then of course, the absolute worst thing you could imagine when imagining a woman in anime appears. Like, put hamburgers high on shelf. Higher. Higher. And of course he's sitting on his butt looking at buns. I mean, she was putting hamburgers on a shelf, so I mean buns were included, but yeah, that show went completely off the walls. There was a talking tree who bought jeans and he was addicted to crack. And there's a tornado who was happy except when he went off his medications and he started freaking out. So that show is out there with Catman. I highly recommend Perfect Hair Forever. Just sit down for like 1 hour and watch the whole series. It is worth your time. It makes Aqua Teen Hunger Force look reasonable. Aqua Teen Hunger Force at least has a plot. Perfect Hair Forever did that thing where, they made fun of everything they could anime, including, those time gaps when you, like, watch all the episodes and they're showing them in line and then they just kind of skip, like, the whole last 3 episodes except for the season finale, and it's just like, we did it, guys. We defeated him. And the battle was amazing. And it would be a shame if anybody missed it. Oh, God, they did that whole skit. I mean, just, bro. Aqua Teen Hunger Force was Aqua Teen Hunger Force actually had, like, its own thing going on after it, like, got off that weird Robot Bunny arc at the beginning of False 2 episodes. And they started just kind of doing their own thing each episode and not really worrying about a continuing story. They kind of gave up the whole thing that they were detectives. I never really liked heavy metal, but my friend liked Metalocalypse. My name is Toki. I go in and out of diabetic coma. Candy. Tastes like chicken. If chicken was candy. Also, pickles nickels. Nickels are monies too, people. I forget what Nathan Explosion invested in. It was either hot sauce or hot dogs. That was his branding that he went into. Crazy show. I never really got to see how it ended. That was one of those things you just kind of missed the finale because it fizzled out in popularity, even though they had like a finale set up. Somehow their manager dies and comes back to life. Manager? I thought you were like our butler or something. Yeah. Man, that was a weird show. Their anime block was pretty good too, with Fully Cooley, Cowboy Bebop, Neon Genesis Evangelion, which I didn't understand Neon Genesis Evangelion at the time because I could never catch the episodes in order, which is just part of watching things on TV. Nowadays, you can watch everything in chronological order. Back in the day, you couldn't. You had to catch it the moment they played it. If you didn't, you missed it. Until they invented the DVR, and then the DVR kind of went way like dinosaurs with the freaking streaming. Now everyone just buys box sets on DVD. But back a long time ago, you had to try and catch the episodes and like rebuild what the hell's going on in order in your brain and try and catch the missing episodes that's in between the ones that you saw and the ones you didn't, and try and figure out what the hell's going on. Like when Inuyasha is like trying to kill his brother, and then next thing you know they're walking together for some reason. That completely threw me off. They were on a completely different story arc, and I'm just like, what the hell happened? Next thing I know, it's actually like 2 seasons later. I didn't have that issue with Fully Cooley. It was only 6 episodes. Nothing amazing happens here. Everything is ordinary. Moving on to some more not known for animation channels like Fox and MTV. Oh dear God, what the hell did I do? I totally forgot about... Fox had The Simpsons for like 30 years. How did that one skip the list? Anyway, MTV had Beavis and Butthead, which a lot of people didn't understand it. It was highly satirical. It had nothing to do with any kind of here's what's gonna be the thing. They're two idiots laughing at everyday situations. I mean, that's why I watch the Game Grumps. The Game Grumps are Beavis and Butthead to a certain degree. They're just out there having fun, laughing at the just craziness that's in front of them. They're just like, someone had to go out and make this stuff. But anyway, Beavis and Butthead were like if the Game Grumps were stupid. The Game Grumps are smart. Them some smart boys. Good old Danny and Arnold. Good old Danny and Arnold. But no, they were smart. They're smart kids. I say kids, they're my age, if not older. Oh, God. I remember when Aaron was 20. I'm getting old. Don't cut out in front of me, bro. Bro, no. Okay. Good. Oh, God. I got a sign. Don't cut in front of me. Okay. Oh, God. Beavis and Butthead was actually meant to be used in between music videos and during music videos to talk about, like, look at that was cool in that video. Oh, it's so cool. They're kind of used for commentary purposes with a few little stupid skits in between where they'd act idiotic. Usually doing things that you know is stupid. But an interesting concept that spun off of Beavis and Butthead. Actually, two interesting concepts that spun off of Beavis and Butthead. Yes, I am aware. Boop. Anyway, it was Daria, which aired on MTV, which was about the smart girl that followed Beavis and Butthead around and got sick of them, and then eventually her parents moved, so she never had to deal with Beavis and Butthead again, and then she found out that everyone's just stupid. And of course there's also the other spin-off of Beavis and Butthead, good old Mr. Anderson, that we now know as Hank Hill from King of the Hill. Oh God, I got to do this with a keyboard. Anyway, Hank Hill was based on Mr. Anderson. Because Mr. Anderson was like good old, nothing better than a good old butane regulator, I'll tell you what. So that was like, oh fudge, this is gonna be a trip. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, I don't see where I'm going. Oh God. You know what? Flip it. Flip, flop, flip, glib, glob. Freaking crazy glob, man. Yeah. But yeah, Hank Hill was a spin-off from Beavis and Butthead. I don't think most people even know that. It's a Mike Judd production. Oh, come on, bro. Let's see how well we can mess this baby up. Straight up reverse. Oh dear God. That took like 20 minutes longer than I wanted it to. And but I've hit the final honorable mention. WB Kids. Does anybody remember Jackie Chan Adventures? Featuring Jackie Chan, I believe. I don't know if they actually got him to voice act it or not. And his kid, niece. It was his niece, Jade Chan or something like that. I don't know. And uncle or something. It was, oh God. Jackie Chan Adventures. Why did that just remind me of the Proud Family? There's also American Dragon Jake Long. Proud Family, American Dragon Jake Long. Those are both Disney, won't they? No wonder my Disney list is so short. Whatever. Anyway, this has gone on way too long. I've made the delivery. How much did we make? Let's just double check a few things. I damaged the cargo. Ain't I a stinker? Okay, but anyway, I damaged the cargo. Let's see what we get. Something happened. Am I in my line? Why isn't it not activating? I'm hitting enter. Good walk. That's not my usual excellent. I'm a little depressed. Damage penalty. 2%. 2%. Holy. And well, I'm level 12 now, so I can go to the shop and get some new accessories. Current job offers, I'm going to look at that. I'm going to upgrade eco driving. Look at current job offers. Heck, I think that's in the same town. I kind of want to do that one. I'm going to do that one. Anyway. But yeah, that kind of final, that's kind of the end of my list. It hit the end of my list of cartoons that 90s cartoons I wanted to talk about. It's hard to focus on reading cue cards while driving, while managing a virtual puppet, which for some reason functions aren't working on him today, and the technical difficulties of streaming. Boop, boop, boop. We gotta do a repair. That costs monies. It's something I wanna buy. I wanna buy that. I ain't got the monies. Oh, there's some new things I got unlocked today. Was it? Oh my God. Oh my gosh, look at that. I can make it go woo woo woo. Okay, cool. Okay, what else we got here? I think I unlocked a portion of that. Okay, no. No, that was already unlocked. I unlocked something cool. I know I did. It's somewhere on this. I think it's these. No. I flubbed it up. Flubbed it up. Maybe it was. Maybe it was the painted version that I just unlocked. I think I unlocked that. That's been unlocked for a day or so. That's been there. I know I unlocked something at level 12. Was it a new transmission? Or a new engine? Might have been a new engine. Oh, that unlocked. Oh my goodness. Whoa, look at that window. Look at my windshield. Oh, yeah. Okay, we gotta see how. Oh, cool. Look at that windshield. I gotta see what it's like inside the cab now. Oh my gosh. So it'd be like, oh my god. That windshield is epic. I'll be like, there won't be no brow to the truck. The windshield be so far up in the air. How much is that? That extension costs, wow, $50,000. Or 45, but more or less the same amount. I can't afford it right now. Though I am gonna customize this like all hell right now just before I exit out because I want to look at it. I would do that, and then I would get like I had that painted, and then I think the next time I stream will be also next Thursday. And next Thursday, I am probably going to discuss another important topic, which probably be my top 20, maybe top 30 anime. I don't know yet, but I'm thinking. You may be disappointed with it. Oh. Ooh. I just don't know if I like that thingy. Let's take a look at that. That's something I'd want to do, but I don't know if I am. Exit out of that. Exit. Anyway, I unlocked some new things, and I think I can pay off the loan. Yes, I can pay off this loan, and it's down low enough that I have a little extra money for gas right there. 7,000 left for gas. I paid off a loan. Now my loan payments have dropped from nearly 7,000 to, or from 8,000 to 6,000. So I lost $2,000 in loan payments. I am good. So now a few more things. Oh, here's my upgrades that I unlocked. A lot of things. I've unlocked a lot of things on the trailers, which I barely got any kind of customization on my trailer. Interior exclusive on the man. But right now I believe I'm driving I am driving the man. So new interior. New interior and steering wheel, but the steering wheel I think is a different. Hold on, let's check that out. Oh my gosh, look at all these. So I went from standard, now I got the standard. There's the standard, let's see, exclusive 2019, exclusive 2019. So I got this one and this one. And I'm wondering which one's compatible with the jumbo window. So let's see which one's compatible with jumbo window. I think that actually doesn't matter now. That don't matter. They're all compatible. I just don't like the tan. There's something about tan that I just don't like in a car. I am gone about half an hour over my time limit I gave myself. I have a time limit for a reason, because I can use too much data. because this is all over the phone. So I'm going to cut it there. And I hope everyone has a good day. And maybe next time there'll be some upgrades on my truck. Or maybe I'll wait and do the upgrades with you guys once I save up some money. If I do upgrades, I'll probably try and keep it to technical upgrades. So, have a good evening to anyone, if anyone even watched or will watch. Thank you. If you know of any cartoons that I may have forgotten, leave them in the comments. And do all those other things that people say because they want more viewers. Because I'm a sellout. A sellout. Is this a shell game? Sellout. 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 Nah, I don't care. You just have a wonderful day and goodbye. Boop boop. Because I'm a sellout. Did it work? This is a shell game. Sellout. Let's see if that works. Okay. Just go. Bye. Look. Am I still alive?